Right, hello everybody. Right, I had a message from Danny Richardson. He said, you want to watch Bumblebee Couriers? His latest video, he's having a bit of a nightmare with like some aged invoices. And I know the guy. He's my old mate Michael. I haven't spoken to him for ages. I'll be honest with you, the reason I haven't spoken to him is I want to ask his advice on something to do with that Amazon stuff, because he told me a long time ago how to do it, and I hate being that man that rings people up and goes, hello mate, how are you? I haven't spoken to you for ages. By the way, can you do me a favour? I mean, how many people out there are courier vans guarantee that you are going to get a phone call from a friend at school or somebody you haven't spoken to for ages? Hello mate, how are you? By the way, you still got that van? So I don't want to be that guy. But I think he's doing all right. The Courier Exchange wasn't necessarily the thing for him, but I think he went down the small removals route, and I think he's doing fine. So, but yeah, the question is, and it's a big question, about getting paid. Now, when you're working on invoices, and we're all working on invoices, and it's 30 days, 60 days, very rarely you're ever going to get sort of a short invoice, or you do get the occasional cash job, but not that I've ever really come across, like, you know. But the job is not done. My old mate, Simple Brian, told me this. The job is not done until the money's in the bank. It's not done when you pick the gear up. It's not done when you drop the gear off. It's not done when you drop the gear off and you've actually got the signature. Or it's not done when you've dropped the gear off, got the signature, and you've left the site. The job is done when the money's in the bank. Because up until then, you ain't got paid. So it doesn't really count. The thing to do is... ideally not to let it run too long. Now, the CX kind of helps with this a little bit, because every shipper's term is different. Some are 30 days, some are 60 days, 45 days from the end of invoice, what have you. But because the system generates the invoices for you, it also automatically calculates when the invoices are due and when they need to be paid, and it's got its own little account section, and you can click them all off and all this kind of thing. I would tell you more about this, but to be honest with you, I've never used it, because originally I used a factoring firm and they used to chase the invoices for me, and then we got a new factoring firm, but they don't chase it. They charge us less money, but they don't charge. We do our own credit control now, which is very handy, because a lot of people don't like dealing with factoring firms. In fact, a lot of them we have to run outside. We don't run them through the firms, but we do our own credit control, which is dead handy because we've got Gemma in the office who sorts it all out, and she's wonderful. So I'm trying to give you the best advice I can. I spoke to the guys in the office, and from what I know, but I would say the best thing to do, and it's a very difficult thing to do, is to try your best to keep on top of it. So like when you do your running Monday to Friday, when you do your Saturday, do your paperwork, do your invoicing, send out your solid PODs, have a look at your accounts, look to see who's been paid, tick off the ones that haven't been paid, look at the ones that should be paying you soon. If they should be paying you soon, and when they start that overrun, ring them and go, you forgot me. A lot of the time when it says 30 days from the end of invoice, that's like when you've actually got to ring them and ask them for the money. And then you ring them politely, and then you ring them again and ask them a bit more politely. The thing is, with the big companies, a lot of the time it tends to be like a clever error. It tends to be like something's got lost in the system, or that one got ticked off and shouldn't have got ticked off, and that one, and you go, and I've had people with that, they go, can you check this one? And they're going, oh yeah, no, sorry, no, we didn't pay that one, no problem, it'll be on the next run. And then sure enough, the next week it comes in your account. If it's a smaller firm, they're much easier to deal with. The ones you want to watch out for, obviously, are the ones that I deliberately try not to pay them. And they will often be smaller firms, and then they're going to operate what you can classify as delaying tactics. So what you do is you ring them and say, you're due to pay me, can you pay me please? And then you ring them again and go, right, you said Thursday's here, it's still not here, I kind of need it by Monday. And then Monday comes, and then you have to get a bit heavier, and you kind of have to go, well, look. And then they'll start using pat lines like, well, we haven't got your PODs yet. So no, don't tell me you haven't got my PODs, because if you tell me you haven't got PODs, you should have told me that when I rung you the first time. You've been paid, pay me. And you kind of have to get a bit heavier with them. And then other than that, I mean, you can enroll debt collecting agencies, you can threaten them with CCJs. On the whole, we haven't found it really that necessary. It's the truth is to try and keep on top of it. The problem is when they start to go aged and they go on for a long time, then it gets much harder to get the dough in. We had one which was, we rung them up and said, you won't paid. And they went, yeah, we haven't got the PODs. And then we hadn't chased it. And we'd missed it. We hadn't chased it. And they went, we ain't going to be able to find them now. It was like 3 months ago. And the guy was very sympathetic. He said, no, I totally understand that. It's terrible. But nevertheless, so I had to write that one off. So it's kind of, it is a bit like all the plates, all the juggling in one area at the same time. You've got to run the van, you've got to look after the van, you've got to check out the servicing, you've got to you make sure your tyres are up to speed, you've got to make sure you've got your PODs, you've got to do your paperwork. It's all part of the whole scheme. But if you get yourself into a regular routine of things, and like I say, with most places, if you ring them up and you go, oh, you won't pay me, they go, oh, sorry. We've had a couple where they rang us up and said, that was supposed to be paid. And I've gone back through the account and gone, no, we missed that one. And then you just pay. And they go, okay, thanks very much. So that's about the best I can say, really. I wish you all the best of luck with it. I don't know if it helps if you've got like kind of a bit of a company behind us, but I think on the whole, the best thing you can do is try to keep on top of it. And the other thing is maybe don't put all your eggs in one basket. And that way, if something goes slightly awry, check the forum. There is the forum on the Courier Exchange as well, where you can check people's feedback, you can check their payment feedback, you can check their reliability as companies. These things will help you. If it says payments, done 10 jobs, 7 negative, don't work for them, But on the whole, it really is a matter of, like everything else with the exchange, you're kind of finding your way. So I hope that helps. And as usual, if anyone else has got any other advice, and I'm sure there's plenty that I've missed out, please let me know on the comments, and I shall do it on this Sunday's Q&A, which I'm sure is going to be massive because I missed last Sunday's Q&A on the grounds I was in bed. Well, that and lying on the sofa watching TV. Watch that Dracula thing. It's quite good. Okay, that's it for today. Catch up with you soon, and I hope the new year has been kind to you, and I hope you're out there taking care and taking money.